If you follow along with the recipe, the first step is to mix 1.5 cups of sugar, the butter, shortening, and the eggs into a large bowl. The way that you measure sugar is you can actually just scoop it and level it off. And I'm going to be placing it in this large bowl right here. So I'm going to scoop the flour, the sugar, and then you level it off. You can level it off with the back of a spoon, the flat area of a spoon, a knife, whatever you choose. So there's 1, and then 1/2 cups of sugar. We're done with the sugar for a while, so we're going to set it off to the side. We need to add the butter, and 1 stick of butter is equivalent to 1/2 cup. Put the butter in, and then you dump these shortening in. Now, my shortening is pre-packaged like this because this is just what I ended up having at home. Yours is going to look a little different. Yours is going to be in a tub, similar to what butter looks like. You are going to measure it by just spooning in the shortening to a 1/2 cup measuring cup, and then you will just dump it into the bowl as well. So after you get the shortening, next comes the egg. We need 2 eggs. Now the way that you crack eggs is you crack it flat against the countertop. You don't typically, a lot of people crack it against the edge, but you don't want to ingest the shell into the egg, so we crack it flat on the countertop. If you don't feel comfortable putting it straight into the bowl, you can put it in a separate bowl to make sure that there's no shell. I feel pretty confident, so I'm just going to crack it right into the bowl. So we need 2 eggs. And then we're going to wash my hands really quickly. Okay, we are going to be using a handheld mixer. It's in a black box that's either located on your countertop or it's going to be located in your cabinet. There's going to be, you're going to have 2 attachments that you're going to stick into your mixer, and you're going to hear it click. And you can, if you have to, you can pull it out, but you should be able to yank on it a little bit without it coming out. You're going to plug in the mixer, making sure that it's off before you plug it in. And then you are going to mix. You will not turn the mixer on until it's inside of the bowl. And then you are going to mix this around. Part of the way through, I'm going to take a rubber spatula. I'm going to scrape the sides of the bowl. I'm going to mix it one more time. Just when I'm done, you lift it about 1 inch or so right above the batter and turn it on slowly. And any excess batter will come off at that point. You unplug the mixer by the plug, and then to remove the 2 attachments, there's gonna be a black button that you're gonna push, and you are going to push it in, and the 2 attachments will pop out. You can immediately start washing those. you're going to take a damp, you're going to get a sponge wet with hot soapy water. You're going to wring it out completely, and you're going to wipe down the mixer all the way to the cord, and then wrap it up, put it back in the box. Okay, now for the rest of the ingredients. We still need flour, cream of tartar, baking soda, and salt. You are going to take your 2 3/4 cups of flour. I'm going to set the off to the side. And you are going to use a whisk, and you are going to incorporate air into flour. The way that you measure flour is by spooning it in after you, it should never be packed in. So I'm going to take a spoon, and I'm going to spoon in 1 cup, 2 cups, and to get the 3/4 of a cup, you're going to have to use a 1/2 cup, and then a 1/4 of a cup. So you spoon it in, make it a heaping pile, and then brush it off the top. Okay, once that is done, you are going to add in the cream of tartar. It's going to be in a little container, whoops, just like that. You need 1 teaspoon of cream of tartar. Now remember, because the measuring spoons do not have labels, my suggestion is to put them in order. So 1 tablespoon is the largest, 1 teaspoon, 1/2 a teaspoon, a 1/4 of a and a 1/4 of a teaspoon. So I need 2 teaspoons, and that's actually going to be too big. The teaspoon won't fit into the cream of tartar, so I'm actually going to use the 1/2 teaspoon. So I'm going to incorporate, there's 1/2, 1, 1 1/2, and 2. And clearly I just made a huge mess. So when you make a mess and lab, just to avoid using a ton of paper or a ton of towels, you're going to get a wet paper towel. You're going to clean it off. You can clean it off and throw it away. Okay, so we have the baking soda. Next is the salt. And you are going to need a 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. Now, do not get that confused with a 1/4 of a cup, because that's happened before, and your food will taste, your cookies will taste disgusting. Having problems getting it out. Okay, now that I have a 1/4 of a teaspoon, and that is going to be it for this, for the actual batter. So you're going to take the spoon and you are going to stir it.